Welcome back to Above the Net, Episode 2, here with Coach Kuhn of the Ashland University Women's Volleyball Team. I'm Cade Krackus, joined alongside Coach Kuhn. Let's dive right into it, Coach. First and foremost, we haven't talked since the Florida trip. Give us the thoughts on how that went.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while. We've had multiple games being home here, but everything went really great in Florida. We had a very positive trip, really good competition while we were down there, which was excellent. Got to see Flagler University, which is St. Augustine is an old area. It was fun to be able to do some historical things and spend some time. Really good bonding for the team as well. But just really good competition, different teams than what we're used to seeing, which is nice as well. And it was good for us to kind of see, hey, what got exposed? What do we need to work on? And also seeing some girls step up into some positions and really play well over the weekend too.
Yeah, before we dive into everything else, let's talk now about what you guys have done as of recent. We talked about Florida. Now we go back home. You guys face Lake Erie on, was that the Friday?
It was Friday night, yes.
And then KWC on the road on Sunday. Your thoughts on those two?
Yeah, it was fun to get into GMAC play. Lake Erie was an exciting match at home. Faced some adversity. They are a much improved, very good team, very well coached. We'll get to see them again here in about a week, but our girls did a really nice job of just overcoming some adversity, continuing to work through, and then we got on the bus and traveled down to KWC, which was good for us as well. So they were a good opponent for us. Hard to play on the road, hard to get on a bus and travel 6+ hours, then get back on the bus and come home. But I was just really proud. We showed up, we took care of business, and just really proud of different girls that stepped up in different spots there too.
Yeah, and you talk about stepping up. Another thing I want to kind of hit on before we dive into kind of the nitty gritty is that next minute mentality, that adversity you guys have faced with injuries and everything. Yeah. How have you made sure that everyone's just ready to go?
I think it starts with practice. Like we talk in practice, and one of the big things that we talk about in practice is like every role matters and everything you do in practice matters. And while you might not like your role because maybe you're not starting, your role is very, very important, and getting those reps is huge. And so I think it's breeding that into them, and like teaching them that like every single rep you get, every single thing that you do in practice is important to be able to prepare you for the match. We have faced, and I talked to the girls about that, we have faced a lot of adversity here in just a little bit of time. Like never would I have thought in volleyball we would have 3 concussions in less than 2 weeks. Like that's crazy. And also have a calf injury, and also and sickness, and just all the stuff behind the scenes. But the girls they've battled through it, and I've just been very proud of them. And anybody that we've put into a position that's maybe been hard and uncomfortable, they've embraced it. They've done a really nice job. And not just have they embraced it, but I think the team has just done a really good job of coming around and rallying around them as well.
Of course. And you talk about that. And on Friday, your guys' game against Lake Erie produced 4 players in double-digit kills, 2 with double-digit digs, and 15 total blocks. You guys were lighting up the stat sheet. After dropping that first set, what was the mentality moving forward? I
think dropping the first set kind of got them motivated a little bit. 100%. Yes. You could see they were like, all right, let's go. And game was on. But I felt like Marin did a really good job of mixing up the offense. We got a lot of different people involved offensively. And then Abby Queen's doing a great job in the back row. And we're getting really good production dig-wise from a number of different people back there. But it all starts with, we talk about it all starting with the pass. So you have to get the pass in order. And our passing definitely calmed down as we went through the match with Lake Erie, which then helped everything else just run really smooth.
Yeah, and somehow I forgot to ask you about Abby Queen in that first episode we did, but how has she grown over time? Really has held that libero role down, and she's been exceptional for you guys.
I think it's been, Abby is an exceptional player. I think it's been really cool to just see her grow as a human being. Yeah. Just her confidence and just her demeanor on the court is she's just blossomed, and that's a tribute to her. Like she's put in a lot of time, not just with the volleyball, but then also just with herself, of just growing the mentality and just gaining strength, I guess, both emotionally, mentally, and physically. I've just been really proud with her. And not just that, like she's also like teaching other people. She's talking, she's being a leader on the court. And to be able to see that has been huge. That is a huge growth area for her.
Yeah, and bouncing back to that Florida trip, you guys were able to take on a bunch of different teams there. That trip was kind of weird though, because you guys had a game flexed to Thursday and had to dive right into it. But you guys were able to take home 2 wins against the Lower Rhine and Flagler. You talk about those victories. What does that mean to the team?
Yeah, I think they were huge. Honestly, getting off the airplane, getting in vans, traveling to Flagler, plane within 4 or 5 hours.
That's insane.
They were awesome. The girls handled it with such grace, with such competitiveness. It was really cool. That probably was our best match of the weekend. I think they were just so focused. They knew what they had to do. They knew Flagler was a talented team, and they were. And we just came out and we were like, all right, let's go. And I think maybe the trip caught up with us a little bit then going into Friday and Saturday because the travel is tough, but continued to keep battling. Very good teams, just running like different types of offenses, doing some different back row stuff from what we maybe traditionally see.
Of course.
So that was good. And then we faced our adversity of having some injury while we were in Florida, but they did a very nice job.
Yeah, and beyond the wins and losses, what did that trip mean to like the team chemistry and just building that bond early in the year?
Well, you get to hang out on the beach, like that was cool. And I think it's just spending time together. For our girls, love little coffee shops. They love just hanging out in each other's hotel rooms. They love just the small, simple moments I found with this team, and just having conversations and getting to spend. And you're doing it in the state of Florida, which is cool, the Sunshine State. So we got to do a few extra little things. If it's mini golf to hanging out on the beach to going and getting some seafood and doing some different things. And the girls really embraced the trip, which was cool. I
love that. And you shift gears then from that trip to conference play. Start 2-0, which is just great. Mm-hmm. And now you move into another home game on Tuesday against Malone. What's the expectations for your team? How do you keep this momentum going?
Yeah, I mean, the expectation, we talk like you got to focus on every single match. Like we have a number of matches ahead of us, and obviously in conference you can kind of get caught up in the grind, but for us it's one at a time. So we've taken care of 2, which is wonderful, and now Malone is our next opponent, and we'll get after that. And it's just being present in the time, not looking too far ahead, not getting caught up with what has happened, but instead being present and being right here in this time.
And then what's your pitch to Eagle Nation to get them out here and supporting you guys?
Yes, well, we get to be home on Tuesday. We're on the road in the weekend, so come support, come be a part of it. The girls love it. I will give a shout out to our football team. Coach Geiser brought them all on Friday night, which was awesome. They were here for the first 2 sets. I know there's been a number of other sports that have also attended. We try to retweet and repost their posts on Instagram, and so it's awesome to get that support, and it just means so much to our girls. They love talking about it. I think they love when the lights are on and the crowd 100%. Is a little bit bigger. You just like the juices flow a little bit more and you get a little bit more excited.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah.
If you're interested in staying up to date with everything AU women's volleyball, head over to goashlandeagles.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to Above the Net right here on the Eagle Network.